Go ticks, right? I know, right? Yeah, I go from the Moorish Latin to the en français to Cantonese, right? Which three so-called languages am I going to count down from this time? Anyway, namaste to you all. Peace, greetings, Islam. I am Brother Hassan Ghazi Obey here in Morocco at Northwest of Maxim. How are you? And I'm here with my magnificent brothers in whom I am well pleased, and they are. Okay, and they are
Islam. Terrell to my bay. I am Terrell to my bay.
Bro.
I am Brother Shanamly Mail. All is well. Nah, I mean,
bro. Islam. We'd like to welcome you all to our 7-day tropic medical astro weather report. I'm doing a little something different today. Alrighty, let's just screen share from right here automatically. Alrighty. I'm going to screen share real quick. Let's start it off like this, guys. This is a freestyle Wednesday kind of day. It's going to be short. We have really short delineations. We're going to keep it short and sweet. We're not going to really talk at all too much at all. But however, look, boom, shakalaka, TikTok, don't stop it. We're going to take you right to 7HealStar.com, guys. I know you need to join that email list. Welcome to 7HealStar.com. Subscribe now to receive free weekly gifts and, right, they say weekly, right? But we like to say yearly or daily, right? Because there's nothing weekly about this except the fact that it's just really strong for your own edification so that you guys can take the studies, not believe anything we say, try to prove us wrong. However, when we prove it right, teach your loved ones. So you can grab these gifts and study materials directly to your inbox. So make sure you guys subscribe to 7HealStar.com there. And guys, you already know we're going in on our 7-day tropic medical astro weather report, right? So you guys can go and check even after this one, right? To see what we had delineated about the 22nd right there at 7HealStar.com. All right, you go and check our stories and Instagram also and see if there's links there to lead you to it also, guys. You know, we're manning, so to speak, multiple different social media platforms from your TikToks, Facebooks, of course, Instagrams, LinkedIn's. What else are we on, guys? Goodness gracious, Twitter, right? Brother Sean's like really holding it down in the Twitterverse and TikTok. Like he's like the Astro Sultan of TikTok right now. Like Brother Sean's holding it down, right? Getting kind words, the kind compliment of term general. We've heard from one of our beloved brothers today, and it's like, man, like everybody's definitely a general in their own sphere, bro. Like, cause I'm saying, man, like I can't play the guitar like Jack. That's where he's the sultan there, right? And Brother Sean, even though he's my Leo Mercury twin, when it comes to that TikTok and how things go with it, man, I'm telling you, he has definitely showed me how an adept does in content creating when it comes to TikTok, you know what I mean? And it's all within our folds, man. So this is just like the sprouting in the beginning pertaining to our Moorish community in a sense where you can go to a YMCA, which is a Young Men's Christian Association, and go play basketball and things like that. However, it's mainly for the Christian congregation. You can go to a JCC, which is a Jewish Community Center. You can go and play basketball, swim, do all those things there. However, the benefits that get filtered through there for the people are for those that are members pertaining to the synagogue. So therefore, this is, you see 7HealStar.com. This is just the beginning and a start to further our Moorish community, because the initial and the central and the origin pertaining to our Moorish community is the Moorish Science Temple of America, which is the adopted corporate religious activity name for the Moorish Holy Temple of Science. The Moorish Holy Temple of Science adopted as its corporate name, therefore doing religious corporate activity being Moorish Science Temple of America, alrighty? So a lot of times you guys are going to see, we're just going to keep reinforcing and enforcing that which is true, alrighty? Because true and faithful Moors have on their turbans, their fezzes, and their buttons, and they know that they are following and they are obeying the laws laid down to them by their Prophet Noble Drew Ali. So guys, you can go into 7HealStar.com and check out what we're doing there as far as last Wednesday. You go here. Remember, why are we even doing this, right? First of all, guys, we're super duper international professional astrologers. We're the only real astrologers on the entire planet, if not the entire galaxy. And I say that confidently, and I know I'm not offending anyone else, because if anyone else is offended by that, I'm pretty sure if you're transgender, you use pronouns other than what your actual sex is, and you don't think that you are, if you're pale skin and you don't think you're black, then you're a liar, and stop saying you're an astrologer. And that goes even to our professional colleagues at the Organization for Professional Astrologers. You know, no slight. It's just that you guys don't know. You're in idiot mode, and the only true astrologers you ever come across was 7HealStar. So with that being said, I will also say those of you that are within the Organization for Professional Astrology, where, you know, we've gotten this scholarship and we're having these so-called certifications from these organizations. However, this is after we have utilized our own free national press and certify ourselves, because that's the strongest weapon in our hands. As you guys can see, even though we are worth 330 units an hour, especially if we were to take, position to help at the so-called White House, you know, the Sayarha or the astrologer for the White House would be at least earning 330 units an hour. So that means each of my brothers, we're worth to the Negro Black Coloreds mindset, even though that's not what we're clocking or doing because we're not fucking selling you out. We're worth initially 5 million a piece just off of our skill set. And why are we sitting here still, though, taking a astro calculator from another, website from our colleagues and then put their widget here so you can still get your chart for free, if you like, before even scheduling a session with us. And we also have other things that are free here. It's not the Astro Calendar or the Little Starseeds AstroLiteracy set. However, those other documents there, the Annual Perfection Cycle Study Sheet, that's free. The 7HealStar Zodiacal Release and Dimensions Cycle Study Poster, free. And the 7HealStar Astro Study Poster, free. So that means you can get those things and cash your chart, maybe do some things if you're competent enough to do so, as we also give free access to Prophet Noble Drew Ali University. So you guys can check that out. Don't forget also Solar Return report and reading combination for 180 units, the eleemosynary tuition that you will exchange in lieu of lawful money to the Cash App for I and Brother Sean on July 8th. All right, it's my solar return there. So on July 8th, guys, we will be doing a special for that day and that day alone, guys. So you better get up on it because it's not going to go low. You get a tag team. All righty, I do the reading, so to speak. I do the session. Brother Sean does the report. 180 units in lieu of lawful money. There's that split there. And you guys already know we take 10% of what we do and we find someone within the Moorish community to donate to. If you think that's cap, fucking ask about us respectfully. Lastly, guys, why are we doing this on the Wednesdays? You guys can see right here. You can get your personal. We know you're not a person because person, according to Title 1, United States Code 1, and person, according to Title 42, United States Code 300F12, would mean you're a federal agent. So this is not a federal agent for your 7HealStar Astro Calendar and Transit Report. This is just for you singular sentient beings based on your solar return information, where you can get your own full 1 year Astro Calendar there. You guys, you get that done, right? You guys already know we do this every Wednesday to encourage that. Every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, we are doing an express community service for you all, as we have been. It's going on we're in the second year. We'll be complete the second year by vernal equinox 2023. All righty, and we'll be starting that third year there, guys. As you guys can see, you'll get 365 and 1/4 days worth of reports, and you will get the calendar also. So you're getting a calendar and reports for 180 units. That's under 50 cents a day. However, you will transact fully all up at one time. However, we have been kind of a little lenient, so maybe till about the 15th of July. You know what I mean? We're giving you guys the protocol special, prototype special, whereas you can transact 45 units at a time for 3-month increments. All righty. However, you will only get your report. All righty. You want the actual calendar, then you will honor getting the full eleemosynary tuition for 180 units. You will get that to be what you exchange, so you get the calendar and the report. The report is really what you want. The calendar is great to have because you can print it out and really see your chart compared with the transits also. However, we know a lot of you guys are still on the learning curve, and you got to remember that the only #1 professional astrologers in the entire galaxy, as well as on this planet, is 7HealStar. Not bragging. We're Moorish American. Our status is free white person. We're not calling ourselves black, so we're not liars. We're males in harmony with nature, so we're not faggots. I'm not trying to offend you guys that are out of harmony with nature. It's just at the end of the day, I don't give a fuck about your feelings when you're out of harmony with nature. So don't get upset. Don't get mad. Oh man, you talking about Prophet Noble Drew Ali? You got expletives coming out your mouth. Get over yourselves. All right. The truth is stern and don't change and don't pass away. And it's past midnight. Okay. So let's stop, being unrealistic with ourselves. All righty. So that's why we're doing this, guys. Let's get into this weather report here. So I'm going to come on back here and stop the screen share. Anybody want to correct me before we get started? Was Brother Hassan out of order in any way, shape, or form going once? Was Brother Hassan out of order in any way, shape, or form going twice? All righty. And the thrice times for the call to action to correct Brother Hassan. And I yield here. Let's go and move on right away. I'm going to bring up the screen share here on our other computer. Grab my handy dandy Wacom tablet, right? Hit the screen share here. And guys, as you know, you know what I didn't do? I didn't say what we're going in on, right? So let me do that, right? Let's find our calendar, right? And trust that the iPad behaves properly. You got to tell you iBooks, yeah? Written a little bit of Henry Campbell Black's Law Dictionary, because someone got offended when he was in our jurisprudence class yesterday. And I was like, bro, shut up. You're an idiot. He was like, oh, stop offending me. No, bro, like you're a person who has been without understanding, from your nativity. All righty. And whom the law therefore presumes will never likely attain any understanding pertaining to your nativity. You know what I mean? When you tell somebody, hey, life is ruled by the menstrual cycle, which is controlled by the moon, and they go, you don't know that about the moon. You're an idiot. Respectfully. So I figured we just publish that for the record also. You guys out there talking about we don't know what's going on with the moon and stuff. I mean, we can damn near tell when you were conceived. We just look for the latitude of the moon, when you manifest it and compare accordingly to other factors that we know that it takes to do that. So with that being said, guys, don't get offended by the demonstration that we're doing here. Sometimes people are like, oh, see, people be slick on the internet and behind them screens, but you wouldn't say that shit to my face. Actually, I would. And I would actually say it with evidence. And then to see you get a soul full of heat afterwards would just be like, oh, look, you love a lie. Pardon me, Rihanna. I didn't mean to just stand there and watch you burn. You know what I mean? It's all right because, you like the way it hurts. But anyway, let's move forward. I mean, please correct me if I'm wrong here, brothers. Sometimes people think my voice and the way I say shit, he's arrogant. Actually, I'm not. You're just used to motherfuckers kissing your ass. So with that being said, welcome to our 7HealStar Astro calendar, right? March, Aries 2022 to February, Pisces 2023. Time never was when man was not. And we're quoting El Hajj Sheikh Sharif Abdul Ali, doing religious corporate activity, being noble, prophet noble, Drew Ali. All righty. So with that being said, guys, let us, boom, shakalaka, TikTok, don't stop. Take you right here to the month, right? The moon cycle where, all righty, we'll take you to the moon cycle where we see the sun transiting tropic Gemini and Cancer, the air sign Gemini, the twins, which is ruled by Mercury. And now, guys, we're here in what people call Cancer season. Burr, 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 burr. Hit the dance hall horn on that one, right? So the water sign Cancer for the crab, the scarab, right? Ikrab, right? And that's ruled by Luna. All right. So we're looking at this here. And guys, we're right here at the 23rd to the 29th. All right. So for the 23rd, it is Brother Hassan Ghazi Obey. For the 24th, it is Brother Sean Alim L. For the 25th, Brother Terrell Tamari Bey and Brother Terrell Tamari Bey. For the 26th, 27th, Brother Sean Alim L. 28th, Brother Hassan Ghazi Obey. And closing out for Odin's Day, Woodin's Day, or Mr. Wednesday, like American gods, is Brother Terrell Tamari Bay. And that's what we're going in on, guys. You see what I'm saying here? Just let me give you a heads up, guys. I'm gonna give you a heads up right now. If you want to plant some food, all righty, I'm going to tell you, wait until the 30th. Wait till about 11:25 Eastern, maybe 11:26 Eastern, and go and plant your seeds for anything that bears fruit above ground. I know we're not going to get into the 30th because you won't hear us going on the 30th until next Wednesday. And then I'll just remind you on that day, hey guys, don't forget to plant because the moon will be at about 25 to 26 degrees, merely 25 degrees, 25 minutes in Cancer at about 11:25:57. So 11:25:57, that's AM, that's ante-meridian. So 1100 hours, 25 minutes, and 57 seconds thereafter, according to the East Coast. So adjust your times accordingly. So for Central Time, that would be 10 2557. Go on out there and make sure you plant. All righty, for Pacific. All righty, shout out to Caliph Society and Caliph Media, those of you and all active Moors on the West Coast. All righty, shout out to you all there. You know, just make sure you plant, and that for you would be about 8 o'clock. All righty, that would be about 8 to 25:57 anti-meridian, and you'll have the moon at about 25 degrees, 25 minutes at that time. So make sure you plant that day, because about 2 to 4 hours after that will be prime to make sure you bust that open before bust it wide open. You know, plant your seeds in that earth. Anyway, for all things that bear fruit above ground. And the reason why I'm saying that, guys, is because that where you can guarantee the moon will not only be in tropic Cancer, it'll be in sidereal Cancer too. You'll thank me later. All righty. Thank 7HealStar. Actually, you'll thank me and my brothers later, because guys, it's not just me, man. Like, my bros really hold me down, seriously, because I can bring up a topic and then they'll bring their wisdom and other angles that I haven't considered yet. So let's just make sure I'm letting you guys know, like, this is really what it is and how it goes down. All right, let's see if we get Brother Terrell back in here in the spotlight. Spotlight. All right, there we go. And shout out to guys, make sure you go to Caliph Media. All righty, make sure you guys get your hands on this book and the torch. I think I'm going to order mine after this session, actually. Guys, make sure you get your hands on Isonomy. All righty, it is by Brother Michal Talib Mafuso Bey. All righty, and this is the Great Masonic Secret, right? Master Keys. All righty, and get your hands on that and the torch. You guys see, I have already in my beloved kinship library. All righty, and you guys see Brother Mafuso Bey is Aboriginal and indigenous to northwest of Mexico, North America, North Africa, domiciling the territory or near the territory pertaining to Mecca, which is known in these modern days by the corporate name pertaining to Chicago. An aspiring scholar, humanitarian, loyal student, and faithful member pertaining to the Moorish divine and national movement. Wa alaikum assalam wa alaikum, right? So make sure you guys go to Caliph Media, get that. You already know you got Amazon Prime. You in for a win on an early delivery, all righty? So with that being said, I yield. My brothers, I'm going to now bring this up here. Do the screen share, bang, right on over on this computer here. Let us get down with the get down. And it starts off with me. All righty. Of course, I'm going to do my share. Hey, where'd you go, Sirius? There you go, baby. Hey, baby. All right. So Sirius is right here. Let me actually minimize these thumbnails over here. All righty. And let's do the next sunrise, right? And this should bring us to, why does that say June 16th, right? So let's bring it to the 23rd. Let me backspace that. Put 2 and the 3, and let's apply the date, so to speak. Boom, shakalaka, TikToker, don't stop her. So it looks like I'm at 23rd, and let's see, the sunrise is at, it's about right there. Let's see if I got this right now. 23rd June, right, is where we at. Are we ready? All right, let's get it going, y'all. I do have 3. And what? Look at this. I'm starting off with a moon void course already, and that void course moon is for about 3 hours and 58 minutes after Luna squares Pluto. So, however, guys, we have a sunrise here, right? We have 0. We have the sun at 1 degree Cancer, 56 minutes, and we would know this as a solar ascendant conjunction here, right? Sort of, kind of. But let me make sure I actually go back, because I really think it's a little off. All right, so let's just do boom. Let's see what we do here. Look at that. Now it's accurate. All right, because I want to make sure that the solar degree and the ascendant degree are basically partile. Partile is same degree, same minute. All right, so same second too. You can get that accuracy. However, usually your wheels are just going to round up or round down the minutes based on the seconds. And guys, for Thursday, right, we're hammering in the truth here. So for Thursday, June, or for the 23rd, June 2022, right? At 0500, 45 minutes and 38 seconds thereafter, guys, we're having this solar ascendant conjunction, right? And where's Luna? Luna is sitting there just approaching about 1 degree and 8 minutes, 1 degree, 8 minutes, right? Because isn't that interesting? 108 is the alchemical number for the moon because it pertains to silver, which it rules. It's sitting there just finishing up its transit, about to embark on the prophetic degree. 29 degrees Aries is the prophet of a new order. And so you guys, I don't do any capping. I don't wear caps, and I don't do any capping. 29 degrees Aries, boom, right? And 28 degrees is where the moon's coming from sunrise tomorrow. So, hey guys, within your subconscious mind, there's a power to realize a lofty ideal while the moon embarks on a prophet of a new order, right? Before it hits Merak, the second brightest star in Andromeda, before it enters and before it ingresses its exaltation sign, guys. So you guys are going to really enjoy these next couple of days, especially the people, right? The people are going to be exalted in their culture, in their agriculture. So even giving you guys the heads up about when to plant your seeds for anything that bears fruit above ground, guys. This is all in harmony with that. So when you rise and shine, guys, even tomorrow, you may check this weather report, even hear about this, and you'll see like, whoa, man, looky, Astro Cookie. That makes me feel goody. All right. So with that being said, let me actually move on, just kind of let you know, guys, yeah, when it comes to the 11th house, that's the internet. So we're home watching the internet. However, we're bringing some things to ourselves or whatever that we've gotten from the collective and things that we value from that. And we're going to be able to allow ourselves to bring our heart and the self and things we want to do. And 9 times out of 10, go towards our destiny, find that beauty and harmony that's there, you know what I'm saying? And be able to communicate those things that we may be fascinated with, may have denied. However, we want to allow ourselves to really grow and come into the exaltation pertaining to the things that are laying within our subconscious thinking. All righty, so let me go into this. Hold on, I didn't share with my bro. So I was slow on the draw there, Brother Terrell. Let me give you the remote control there, just in case. But I'll change on the first one, bro, since I'm just getting to it. So we know we have a Luna Plutonian quartile, correct? Let me make sure that's correct. Yes, I have a Lunar Plutonian quartile here. All right, so we're going to put that at 90, right? That's what a quartile is. Quarter of a circle, 90 degrees, right? And quartile is another way of saying 360 divided by 4. All right, so let's find that aspect. Is it early? I just went too soon. So let's go previous. All right, and there it is. It's at 4:02, like 0400 hours, 2 minutes and 11 seconds thereafter, still for the 23rd of June, 2022, Thursday. And we're just going to go right through this and get through it very quickly. And I yield the controls to my beloved brother, whom I'm well pleased, Brother Terrell Smart Bay, while I get you guys this. So this is the last aspect that the moon is making before going void, of course, right? The last aspect that the moon is making. And hey, Luna, you're at 27 degrees right before it, right? 2 minutes before the power to realize a lofty idea, right? So the moon will be void of course while it's a power to realize a lofty idea. What does it mean to go void of course? It just means that there's no sphere pertaining to influence between the moon and another planet. Is that last sphere pertaining to influence was squaring Pluto, as you guys can see that they're partile here, right? If we're just really checking right here, we can see that there's Luna here at 27 degrees, Aries, 58 minutes. Pluto's here at 27 degrees, Capricorn, 58 minutes retrograde. And this is between the 12th, as you can see, and the 9th house, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4 houses from the 9th is the 12th. So when it comes to, you know, your erudite studies and you transforming those things, guys, Saturn is letting you know, hey, man, I'm exalted in the 10th. You know, I'm having accidental dignity in the 10th while being dominant actually within the astrological degrees of Aquarius. So you guys are really going to take your erudite studies and really find some ways to transform your life. Even that bit of information about when to plant, how to plant with what I gave you guys in the intro will be one of those transformative things where you can sit here and even bring out some values here. Because 12th house is bedroom pleasures. But instead of just thinking about the actual sex between a mother and a son, how about if you're talking about like a bed of roses, right? Or you're going to, do a raised bed in your garden. Maybe this is something right here where you can go and transform things agriculturally so you can move forward towards your destiny and finding out that beauty and harmony, right? And how to relate to your garden so that you can be able to just bring something fruitful, right? Because the 12th house is the 6th house to the 7th, right? So if this is the relationship and how we relate to things, then the health of that relationship is the 12th house. That's why it's called bedroom pleasures. However, another way of bedroom pleasure, or if you want to inseminate, then you had put that seed in the earth and grow your food. All righty. If you want to take, something like sex, but yet turn it into something that is actually beneficial for you and your kith and kinship, your loved ones. All right. So with that being said, guys, we're going to get over this obstacle between our subconscious mind, the things that we want to do for self, and while we're disciplining ourselves and making sure that we're transforming, you know what I'm saying? Make sure we're transforming ourselves while we're really pulling out the essential things within our erudite studies. And we're going within with that transformation while really analyzing the astrology. So guys, remember, get your astro literacy sessions done by Brother Terrell Tamari Bay, by Brother Corey Bay, by Brother Sean Alim L, because we are directly active right now as far as making sure you guys have your sessions done. We already know, guys, if you don't know, the first one you like to get is the Mirror Astro Literacy session. It is the greatest introduction. And for the record, as always, it is 153 units in lieu of lawful money. That is the Elemosynary tuition. And it is worth 990 units because this is a 3-hour session. We are worth 330 units an hour. However, we're not busting your head when you don't know what you're even in store for. So we found a way to be able to be fair to ourselves and not cast our pearl before swine. However, you still respect our time. So with that being said, I'm going to yield the floor and move on, because now there's a 3-hour and 56-minute void course, and then Luna is ingressing Taurus. All right. So with that being said, go ahead, bro. Do your thing. Put it down. So look, Taurus is there in the 10th house, guys. Use your eyes, right? Taurus is there in the 10th house, kicking it, obviously, with Mars. Chiron looks like it's there at the 10th, but it's really holding guard at the front door. Oh, no, actually, no, that's wrong. Chiron. So that means you got wounded healing there, right? So you guys watch the movie Percy Jackson and the Olympians, the lightning thief. Chiron is like the wounded healer. However, he's the professor in there also, right? And gave up his immortality for Prometheus and all this stuff. You guys just really check it out. You guys really just see the astrology. It's just, so all that so-called myth is just way of just, hey, man, this is how you look at the astronomy and astrology, or the earth astrology for those of us that are Gemini Brett students right now, for the astronomy for astrologers, right? Shout out to 7HealStar Astrology Firm, right? Because we're making sure we're going to bring you guys what you need. As far as when it comes to this astrology provider, you just got to be someone who's actually interested. Mars there at 21 degrees Aries along with Luna. So when Luna's ingressing her sign that she's exalted in, it's going to happen in a place where Mars is there with her in the 10th house. So Mars has accidental dignity, because Mars in the 10th is like Mars in Capricorn, where it's exalted. So that means at this time, what we're doing is we're able to learn from the things that, may have been something that's painful. Come on in. Things that may have been something that's a little, so to speak, sort of kind of allegedly painful, or things of that nature, or whatever the case may be. But we'll be able to take those wounds, heal from those wounds, deal with the wounded healing, so to speak, be active in how we really bring things to a super dignified fashion in how we're dealing with ourselves. Because if you look to, Uranus is there also, still kicking it in the 10th house. All righty, along with the North Node too, because the 11th house cusp is not until 22 degrees. So really in the 10th house is Chiron, Mars, Luna, Uranus, and the North Node. So we'll be able to take our wounded healing, be very active in our subconscious mind, and in exalting ways of making sudden changes in our destiny. And with that, I yield the floor. So for my final testimony for Thursday, right? We have a look at this. This is a solar lunar sextile, right? There's a growth and opportunity between our heart and our subconscious mind, right? The heart, sun, subconscious mind, moon, right? So when it comes between the children and the people, children, sun, the people, moon, or the child and mother, child, sun, mother, moon, right? When it comes to that, guys, if we really look at where the sextile is actually happening, it is all above the horizon. We see that we have Sol there, 2 degrees, right? Cancer, 11 minutes within the 10th house, right? Rocking it with, right along with fascination and denial. That's Lilith. Lilith is fascination and denial, right? So we're allowing Mercury from the 9th to be given its erudite rulership over the 10th, right? Because with Mercury in the 9th being ruled over by Venus, right? Venus is there in the 9th also, however, under the dispositorship still of herself, as well as Mercury, because, she's transiting Gemini freshly, just 47 minutes in. So we can actually see, guys, when it comes to the fascination and denial, the things that's on our heart, we need to be able to pull out the fortune. You see those 2s there, 22 degrees for Lilith, 2 degrees for the sun, 20 degrees for part of fortune, guys. What we're going to allow ourselves to do with this sextile, however, because it is a 10th and 8th house sextile here, guys. Don't ask for a raise from anyone. Just wait, take a nap, probably think about some things really, because then the growth and opportunity will come from patience. Patience. And with that, I yield the floor to my beloved brother in whom I am well pleased, Brother Sean Alim L. Islam. You still got the controls, Brother Jag? For Brother Sean, and I'll grab them for you, or how you want me to do it? Because it's only one. But Sean's only got one testimony.
Yeah, Brother Jag. Yeah, for mine, it acts weird when I try to use the controls.
Yeah, because you got to do it. You got to do it from the computer. It's like you can control better from the computer than. I mean, I can do it with my iPad, but it's like you got to keep clicking every move. However, I yield the floor to our beloved brother, in whom we are well pleased, Brother Sean Alim L. Islam.
Islam.
Let's see. Let me get the next sunrise for you. There you go, ghosty doski. Lunar conjunct Neptune. I got you though. Lunar conjunct Neptune. Do your thing. Cool, you got the sunrise. Go ahead. You got it, bro? Oh, all right. There you go.
Yeah. Sure. All right. We got sunrise, you already know it's Cancer season. So hey man, just listen to your heart. Words from Braveheart of Air, listen to your heart, right? And we'll just get into the first aspect, well, the one and only for the holy day, right? For the lovely Friday.
Yeah,
we got a lunar Neptunian conjunction.
Pardon me, bro.
What was it?
I was talking to my beloved mother, Mistress Consort. I was just making sure the cameras is off. So
Oh wait, no, it's supposed to be a lunar Uranian conjunction. Yeah, lunar Uranus. Yes, y'all. Yeah, don't stop. Appreciate that, Brother Jay. Let's see what. Man, why'd I even say something?
Hold on, bro, because I was talking to you the whole time. And I fixed it. And that's why I'm like, oh, my bad, bro. I had to unmute my mic just now. Like, oh, okay, bro, I got it. I fixed it. But this is great. I love that this happens because it shows we can correct ourselves and not be bitch asses when it happens, respectfully saying. And I yield the floor to you, my beloved brother and woman well pleased, Brother Sean Alim L. Islam.
Islam. All right. So we got a lunar Uranian conjunction here. So, we had 17 degrees Taurus, 29 minutes, and this is in the 6th house. Yay! So this is just some, really just some home value service here. Like, I feel like there's going to be a lot of, scenic beings out there, getting like some work done to the home, right? Getting some patios built, maybe starting some gardens, just getting different things to really be of service. Taking your pet, buying him like a little vest or getting some new food, because you've been feeling this breakthrough, right? So even if you don't do anything now, this is also a great opportunity to really just, use the energy that you want to break through to create the necessary steps. So, just get some organization going on here. And let's see, what's on ascending Sagittarius, where Jupiter. So yeah, this is really just all about expanding the home, whether it's home service, home business, like I said, gardening, or just doing something to switch up your routine, what you do on a daily, or your habits that hasn't kind of been really serving you, and now you can take this opportunity to expand and really use the goodness, man. All right. Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Wow. That was okay.
What happened
Yo.
there? I missed it. No, what happened? What happened?
Yo.
All right,
I mean,
so
I missed no.
yeah, man, this is I mean, expand the home, right? So you're feeling value. So the deals with mother. So maybe treating the mother or something, or getting something for the children. But it's all about expansion right now. So just organizing how you want to expand, using not being emotional, but staying rational to really break through and really see what you feel and to bring that into fruition. And just be open to new wisdoms, new philosophies, because just because things have been done a certain way, or as everybody else does, doesn't mean that it's the only way. So it's like, be open to something new. I'm getting that song. Was that on Tidal song? Baby girl, give me something. No, but I yelled on that. Whoa. I yell for that, for the lunar, Uranian conjunction, right? Just not being emotional, but just thinking about how you can break through, being rational about the emotional energy to break through. And I yield.
All righty.
My Mercury Hermano, Jaguar, that's I saw.
Big Glowski.
All right. Islam. Ooh. All right, so this is the 25th of June. Sunday. So with the can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Sunrise at 05:46 minutes, right? 15 seconds. So just pretty much what Brother Sean was just speaking on, being finding some sort of creativity within the home, finding a new way, some new inventions can be happening now, or you could be creating some new inventions, or it could be be inspired by, seeing someone create certain things. And it may, basically ignite that fire, for you to get creative and, bring the things into your home without, let's just say spending your resources so much, more so being more crafty with your hands and the things around you, so to speak. You're making use of the things you have rather than conforming to the thought that you need to go outside to get whatever it is you want, so to speak. That's that energy here. We can move on to the first aspect. That's Moon square Saturn, right? So, of course, that's pretty much that. There's going to be some limitations with, or some hindrance, some sort of obstacle there that may be making you consider, your resources and how you spend them, and, how you put yourself out there in the world, so to speak, with the moon being in the 10th. The way you display yourself, or the way your emotions may get the best of you, and you may do certain things publicly that may, not even publicly, but just generally, that doesn't really feel good emotionally. So now you're going through a whole, reconfiguration. And Saturn is always that, that discipline, right? So it's something that you already knew consciously, so to speak. However, you have to go through certain experiences to get certain information if you aren't, around certain gurus, so to speak, or if you aren't connected to that inner guru that you are, you have to be around certain energies. And astrology is pretty much really becoming more, concrete, so to speak, within this time, starting to comprehend the day-to-day format of astronomy and astrology. So really just getting creative, ornament making, creating an instrument, maybe literally just being more creative rather than saying I need to go, spend my resources. So Moon sextiles Neptune, right? After that, right? So then again, that's just, now we're using our imagination, so to speak, with the Moon sextile and Neptune. Moon and Neptune, they can be like very, imaginative, so to speak, very movable, right? So really just connecting to, again, that creative ability within oneself, right? Because there's something that you want, or who you are. So now there's something that needs to be ignited within you, or that needs to come out for you to, get to that, creative ability. And it could be, again, some inspiration from just seeing how you could be looking at your natal chart specifically, and you're seeing certain things that you could just be cross-referencing. Like, I don't know, Mercury would be the scientific or the orator. So you could see how your Mercury placement and the conditions of your Mercury is, you're seeing how that's concrete, so to speak. And that's not just astrology, but astrology is everything. Everything is formulated around astronomy and astrology. So you're seeing the basis of the things that were far-fetched at a point in time in your way of processing things. So
add to your wisdom,
falsehood,
if you don't mind.
Go ahead.
Yeah, and not the astronomy where you're trying to imagine life on other planets and rule people from like the Catholic type of mindset.
Yes,
like
I don't know.
Like Bay lets us know, not that.
Yes,
not that.
That's wasting. We're wasting our time. We're instantly wasting our time trying to figure out what's going on other planets, and we haven't even economically, unified within, how it's supposed to be, or how it could be. Because you could be over there, we could be over there. Simple, but whatever. I digress. That is, you know what? We should actually read that, before we yield. That's very brief too. But yeah, so we're gonna go to the moon trine in Pluto, right? And this is the moon's last aspect, right? Pluto, that's that uprooting, you're getting to the root of things, right? Very transformative, of course. That's the normal term or whatever, or the common term. But this is the time, like, you could just be seeing some sort of because Pluto can be like mobs or gangs or some sort of like let's just say intense group, right? So you can be being inspired by, I don't know, like you could be watching a film and seeing the unity pertaining to who? I don't know, like a mobster though. Like not, but you won't be utilizing those principles, but you can see just certain principles that they do utilize, which helps them to be unified, so to speak. Like that sort of energy is there. Like seeing the quote unquote good and the bad, so to speak, transforming that whole constructive or the social norm or whatever, or how certain things are supposed to be. So there's some sort of uprooting, of course, going in with some the creative outlet, because Pluto's in the third in Capricorn, right? And so something like it could just be some article that could like relate to your childhood, that, and it may be something that you already knew about. However, you doubted it because your elder or something probably told you to stay away from it or something like that. So now you could be getting some sort of like inheritance from something that happened literally years ago, maybe literally 20, 30 years ago. That like some incident could have happened with the water or something, and you're getting some sort of finance because you were involved in that incident with the water or something like that. That could be very possible for sure. So just really, again, just be open to really changing one's process, so to speak. And let your literary arts out too. I'm big on that, right? And like I said, this is the moon's last aspect, so the moon goes void for like 4 hours and 11 minutes.
What's the 411, hun? All right, go ahead. I yield.
Yeah, Islam. Yeah, so Moon's going into Gemini. Yeah, so that's the literature again. And it's in the 6th house. Look at that, brother Sean, right? That's what you wanted. That's what you wanted. All right. Yeah. So again, just finding the beauty in the things that are quote unquote labeled bad or taboo or oh my God, my mama said I can't do that type of stuff. You know what I mean? Like you're finding what you value and why you value it. You know, those Venus and Gemini, that Venus return they're having, you know, that's going to be interesting because it's a whole reconfiguration with, you know, your childhood and things that you really put your interest in and how, you know, you may have wasted your time with superficial things, you know, which would be Gemini. It's just like, oh, it's so interesting. I want to touch it. Ah. And then it's like, once you touch it, you're not interested anymore, you know, whatever. But it's a whole reconfiguration with that previous moon trine Pluto, right? And then we're going to move on to Sunday. Yeah, really with that moon conjunct Venus, just, you know, connect with your friends maybe. Again, invent something, play some childhood games maybe. I always talk about bowling. Go bowling. Just do it.
You want me to move right on to the Venus and Luna? Or you?
No, you're good. Yeah,
all
good.
right.
And just like do some poetry or whatnot. But here though, sunrise is 0546, right? 26th of June, right? This is what we're looking at. And again, you know, this is just that creative energy. So, you know, start your day productively. And also, you know, clean house, like spring cleaning, summer cleaning, tropical summer cleaning. Right. So just cleaning up shop mentally in all realms, mentally, physically, emotionally, you know, and artistically in all realms, you know, doing your yoga, your meditation, getting your sea moss from Brother Corey. You need your sea moss. So definitely do that. Like seriously. I'm not being biased, please. But we can move on to moon conjunct Venus, right? The actual, you know, that's before sunrise too, though, right? My fault. Pardon me. Yeah, so you know, that Saturday evening could have been quite lovely, right? So that poetry fest or that artistic or book night, whatever, study session, that could still be going on around this time. A lot of uncovering within these studies, so to speak. This would be a great a great time. This is a great study time, right? Uncovering the mysteries of life. That's what they say. Yeah. This is great. This is definitely like, if you have clear skies, man, you definitely want to go see what's happening, you know, astronomically. Seeing Saturn, you know, and Jupiter rise, Mars too. All the, you know, just seeing the beauty, the actualities of the things that you're interested in, instead of just talking about it and saying, oh yeah, you know, I like, or you know, yeah, man, I'm into, and you're not even able to really, you know, actually explain it, or you don't really comprehend it. You know, you being more grounded into the things that you value, rather than just saying that you value it because of its surface level value, right? So to speak. So a whole reconfiguration with, you know, values. Good time to go out with, you know, whoever you value, you know, close friends, you know, or just take yourself out to lunch later on this day, literally. Or go read a book in you know, with nature, put your feet in the ground and just relax. Seriously. And then last aspect for Sunday, right? Moon sextiles Jupiter. So Moon's in Gemini, right? Jupiter is tropically in Aries, right? Yep. So, you know, that the writing and the, you know, you possibly be on, you know, the internet, finding some you know, again, the astrology or some poetry, you know, some poet, maybe Maya Angelou possibly could be significant around these times. She could be inspiring, or she could just be something that inspires some poetry, you know, making you want to be a poet or helping you ignite the poetic energies inside of you. Some poet, who knows? Langston Hughes, maybe. I don't know much poets, really, to be honest, but those two just came to mind. But Jupiter's in the 8th, so yeah, it's like, again, these are things you really already have. You already know. Like these are things that you inherited, so to speak. However, you know, connecting to them, it's always up to us. We have to go, you know, dig into that treasure chest, you know, ourselves. You know, it's not going to open on its own, right? So it's like, you know, just really finding out how to, you know, take what you're into more seriously and not submitting to someone else's jurisdiction and or, you know, mindset, specifically based on their whatever it is, their God. What is it? Yesterday is God. Today is God. Yesterday is God. Tomorrow is not God. You know, so, you know, then, you know, you have to prove that your God works, so to speak. Right? Those are quotes. I'm quoting. I'm paraphrasing. Let me put it like that. Right? You have to prove that your constellations work. You're just talking about the constellations, really. You know, you're all into, you know, all of these things, you know, just break it down to the essence of you really comprehending what it is that you're into, not for someone else's sake, for the sake of your own inner devotion, right? And with that, I'll yield the floor. So.
It's long. All righty, brother Shaunaline L. You're up at bat. Swing, batter, swing, batter, swing. All right.
Batter up.
I know, right? Oh,
It's
right.
on me and it's Monday. Sun conjunct the center, sunrise. Right. All right.
That's right.
All right, guys. How we doing? All right. Let's you know, sun conjunct the center. You know, wake up and stretch. Right. Fill with your hearts. And we're gonna get into the first aspect. I'm not even sure what that is. Let me take a look.
Hilarious.
Shout out to my bros for having my back.
Islam.
I'm not even sure what that is. You're hilarious.
Oh yeah, we got the sun,
Moon
Luna,
conjunct
Mercury. Hooray, hooray.
Ciertamente.
Oh, right. Oh, look at
A lot of threes, bro. Goodness gracious.
Three. All right, so we're at the lovely moon day, you know, Intuition Monday. Make sure you check us out for that day, you know what I mean? At, let's see, 3:21, right? All righty, so we've got Luna and Mercury. You know, they're both in Gemini at 15 degrees, 56 minutes. Hey, in the first house of self, right? But, you know, depending on wherever you have Gemini in your charts, you know, this can apply to you. But we're talking about, you know, the Baltimore Corporation here in the first house where this will be, you know, occurring. So when it comes to, you know, just the body, the attitude, and really just how you think and communicate, there's really a feeling of oneness here. You know, you could be feeling one way and feeling the other way, but you know, when you're really listening to, you know, your heart and your mind here, you're really able to find this balance between, you know, just, you know, the emotions and how you feel and not feeling blocked so that you can communicate that properly. But, you know, the best way to communicate is to listen. So listen to your body, listen to yourself. And also here with this, because, you know, Venus will be the final dispositor for this. So when it comes to, you know, the loving ways and to, you know, connect here, it's just, you know, I'll say that really, oh yeah, Venus and Gemini too. Wow, look at all that Gemini going on. Oh, brother Jag over like, yeah, man, you know, it might be Cancer season, but it's still Gemini season to me, you know, Sidereal. All right, so it's, you know, really just being loved, you know, and You know, also get the there'll be some out there really in a battle with their mind and how they communicate, and you know, just any self, you know, kind of body or identity or image issues. But it's really just a good time to listen and you know, take note of what comes up for you during this period. And I'll yield for the Luna Mercurian conjunction. You know, just finding a balance between the mind and the subconscious, and just listening and journaling. So do some journaling and writing. And I'll yield and get to my next aspect. We've got a Martian Saturnian sextile, you know, a growth opportunity here. Would you looky? So, you know, you can take your, you know, the two, oh my gosh, the two malefics. But hey, let's take this negative and let's really transmute that into something positive and, you know, beneficial. So when we look here, we've got Saturn in the third house, and we've got Mars and, you know, almost there, about to cross over to the fifth, but, you know, he ain't there just yet. So it's taking a step back, right? So we got Mars and Aries, Saturn and Aquarius still in the astrological degrees. So this is really like an opportunity to move forward, but, you know, not in a kind of negative way. So, you know, any kind of like limitations have been coming up for you in your mindset, you know, it'll really become clear. You know, you'll get some clarity to that. And some things might come up in the home, some sudden changes, but hey, you know, you really can't move forward when you're still clinging on to everything, you know, to the past, you know, limitations and blocks and all that. It's really just a great opportunity to move forward, but just not getting, letting yourself get a head full of steam of negative thoughts and, you know, worries and all that, you know. So really just an opportunity, like I said, to, you know, move forward. So what's going on in your mindset? How can you communicate it? Or what blocks do you think that are really there, but it's really just yourself that you're not, you know, looking at and really dealing with. So, you know, Mars is definitely dominant. Saturn is dominant. So it's like, hey, let's really make these changes within the home, you know, hey, Google, play Master P about it. You know, let's really be about making these shifts. You know, with the drive and goals that you have, you know, you could be having that, you know, metal, pedal to the metal, you know, all the way with your ambitions and goals. And Saturn is like, hey, make sure you learn about yourself. Man, know thyself. And when you ask me, you know, what to study next, study yourselves. So make sure we're really studying who we are at, you know, the physical level, at the, you know, astral soul level, and at the causal level, you know, and even higher levels than that. So really just being true to who we are and being open to learn about ourselves. And, you know, like Michael Jackson said, man, don't be afraid to look at that man in the mirror. And I'll yield for the Martian Saturnian sextile there, growth opportunity. So this is just you know, being able to move past any, you know, limitations. And next we will get into what we got here. A Luna Saturnian trine. Hey, look at that. So we're looking at, all right, so we've got Saturn in the first house of self. All right, and we've got Luna in the fifth house. Jag, not yet. Not another sixth house delineation for me. Right, and it's occurring at 2100 hours, 23 minutes on the moon day, or 9:23 post meridian for those that don't go by the military time. So, you know, on the personal level, you know, if you look at where you got Aquarius and Gemini in your chart, you know, this is just the real time to, you know, journal. I'm getting journal because, you know, we have two air signs, you know, making a trine. So it's, you know, get the understanding of the will of your emotion, what feels you, you know, what makes you nervous, what makes you anxious. Then how can you really take that and be creative with how you view yourself, you know? And hey, man, if you're feeling about cutting your hair or getting that hairstyle change, hey, go forward, but make sure, you know, that it's really what you want and it's just not off an impulse or to really impress somebody else. And also, you've been feeling kind of like a lagging kind of energy, you know, when it comes to just any self-project that you're trying to initiate or any creative projects or how you express yourself. It's really just, take the opportunity to, really see the, the two sides of things, right? What's seen and what's unseen, the understanding of yourself and that the will that you have. And then is your will in harmony with your understandings? And do you really understand, what yourself, before you're trying to do all these other things? Can you really find a way to come in harmony with yourself and be about a cause that's just bigger than you? And with that, I'll yield for the Luna Saturnian trine. And we'll get into the next aspect. Oh, hey, we got what, Luna and Mars? All right, we got a Luna and Mars sextile. Just another growth opportunity here. Oh, whoa. We in July.
Yeah, whoa.
Hold on. I know we be time skipping, but yo.
Hold on now. I'm gonna do right.
Brother Jay, you need to take me back. About a month back.
Let me do right. Come on. Hey.
All right, there we go. All righty. Hey. All right, this is a growth opportunity here. This lovely moon day. Let's see, we got Mars at 24 degrees, 55 minutes, Aries in the 3rd. And we've got Luna, in Gemini, 24 degrees, 55 minutes in the 5th. Woo-wee. Man, hey, like Q-Tip said, man, breathe and stop. Yes, it's a growth opportunity, but just rest and chill. Don't really avoid fights, like really take the opportunity just to really listen. Because the emotions are running high, you be feeling anxious about some things, which you in your mind, you're really ready to push and move forward. You're really ready to do some things, but then when it comes to the emotions of things, it's like you still feel like kind of nervous, so that something's really holding you back. So it's like making a list, right, of your goals and how you want to do it, and then for you to really get to those goals, what is it that what false evidence that seems superior that makes you not really want to move forward, what they call fear with this, right? Mars is dominant, Moon's kind of not really she's not in a sign she really is, so your emotions is kind of here and there and everywhere. So it's like, do some push-ups, all right, I'm gonna delineate while I move some things. So it's like like I say, just list down your goals and ambitions and really just get to the bottom of what makes you worry or what stresses you out, so that now you can find a creative way to self-express your ambitions and your drive and what really gets you going. So it's like, hey, I done got to the root of figuring out what worries me and what brings me anxiety, and now I can really go after these goals, man, and really just get active, man, and being these things that I always envision myself to be, but not really finding the root and the cause of the inner part, the emotions that tries to tell you different, with that. And Mercury and Mars. So once again, you got to come back to Mercury. Just journal it, or do some dancing or some writing, or even go talk to somebody, book a session, with 7HealStar. If you don't want to come to 7HealStar, hey, go get you a therapist that ain't gonna help you get to the root of the problem. And then you're gonna wonder why. And I yield for that testimony.
Because a therapist is the rapist.
Oh my goodness. The way you was fed up. It's like you just got angry for a second.
Just holler at 7HealStar, because we're the only ones really giving some sincere insight to things. Oh, how can y'all say that? That's arrogant. Nuh-uh.
No, it's funny.
What we got next, bros? Come on.
You got your Moon square Neptune.
You got the wrong foot. Moon square Neptune.
See,
All right, so Moon square Neptune.
bear with me.
Are you good? Let me get
Yeah, do your thing.
this shoe on real quick while you do that.
Do your thing.
How you do that there? How you do that there? All right.
Oh, yeah,
Hey,
it's on you.
tablet.
It's on you. I yield.
We're good. All right, so where we at?
It's on.
All righty. All right, so we've got Neptune here at 25 degrees, 27 minutes Pisces, hanging in the first house, not a cusp of the second, right? And we've got Luna here in the fifth house, man. Luna is just like, hey, you about to get these emotions out, baby. We really about to, play some Kevin Campbell King with talk, right? So yeah, this is just a square. So this is an opportunity to really I want to do this. Square, a part tile or just a growth opportunity. So once again, Moon and Gemini. So what are you feeling anxious about? Because we got Neptune in the first there. So it's like, once again, some false evidence of being real. But it's a really great time to really listen to some music here. Find your favorite songs that you use to listen to that really puts you in the mood and really be able to have some fun here, and if you got somebody, I would say find you a concert maybe go to the park and walk. For those that don't have anybody, hey, that's cool too. Hey, ain't nothing wrong with it, man. Sometimes you gotta bug it by yourself, right?
It's just your delivery today is so funny. Yeah. So
it's like, yeah, man, you listen to your music or take yourself out to eat somewhere. I'm getting that. For those who have been having some like intense dreams, hey man, go check back to like October, November of last year if you've been keeping that dream journal. And I'm getting that somebody's going to find something really great in there. For that journal, let's see, fifth house. And find some means that you can bring joy, even when you're feeling down. Wow, I just caught a deja vu moment real quick. Even when you're feeling down, find some ways to like really have like that go-to that you can just be joyful about. And when life, brings you challenges, it's like that quote, when life throws lemons, you make lemonade. So don't get down at yourself when something comes and doesn't go right. It's just like a really illusion. So can you see past the illusions of what is really real or what your feelings are really making you worry about, right? And just make whatever amends to keep pushing and keep going. And yeah, pardon. And yeah, just accept limitations and responsibilities as means to improve and not as ways to feel like challenges are bad. Because iron sharpens iron. So without that iron being pressed against each other, how's anything going to be sharp and how is it going to be effective? And we can apply that to ourselves. So if you run away from the challenges and not really wanting to deal with your attitude about things or just anything that's thrown your way, how can you really grow? How can you really start a new cycle when you're still doing the same ones? And I'll yield. For the Luna Saturnian partile. Oh, I think I've got to void a course. Hold on. I think it was like 9 hours and 15 minutes after that. So no major purchases. No, wait, I'm talking to my brother Jack. No major purchases or anything like that. Just hold out for those 9 hours, 15 minutes.
Pardon me,
but after you do that, make sure you come to 7HealStar and get those readings. Because we waiting on you. We ready.
I am actually here. Ready.
Right? We ready.
We ready. We ready.
We serve the collective, not the military, not the public, because the military. We
Oh,
yeah, because the public is military. You know, it's funny because I just got a text right now. Somebody asking me to send them the Islam Moor, can you send me the UCC code? It's not a UCC code, it's the United States code. And it says on the definition of person. And so it's funny that you're saying that because I'm typing right now. It's title 1, right? United States code. I'm just going to tell them USC for right now because it's a text. United States code 1, you know what I mean? So you're not an infant, an individual, a person, anything like that. Because person deals with slavery. All right. You're a people. So even if you're just a singular sentient being, you are a people. Always a people. You're not a person. You're not a child. You're an heir. All righty. So it's just different things like that. And, you know, shout out. Now my energy is so turned up, bro. This is the second time that's actually done that. You guys hearing me now?
See.
All right, second time my energy's done that, right? And I'm just looking, bro, because you already know how I do, what I do. And you already know, like Brother Todd says, you're Moorish American, there's no point of even hiding, right? And that's why I don't hide, I don't do any things like that or whatever. So it's like when I see certain things and energies and how they move, and we know we could cast a chart and see why certain things happen. You know, I'm not into conspiracy theories at all, really, as much as, our Moorish Moabite zodiac, science, the numbers 0 through 9 in geometry, that's where I'm at. I don't deal with beliefs and, oh, here's a conspiracy theory of this. No. We can clock it 9 times out of 10. However, anywho, sunrise, right? You guys already know, like I said, I'm sitting here, someone's asking me about person. That's what I was going in on before I was rudely interrupted. Title 1, United States Code 1. You're not an infant, you're not a person. So, hey, you P2 Masons out there that are protecting us, I guess, against whatever other so-called idiots think they're running, electricity and or freaking, internet connections or whatever. Oh, we're going to no, I'm going to keep saying stuff that's going to show you that we're not federal agents and we're going to keep teaching the people. That's why I say sometimes, brother, like our beloved brother Cujo, he won't throw you guys a bone because a lot of times you idiots will try to use the language that we put out there that's really sincere and genuine. However, you don't have the spirit to really stand on certain things. And with that being said, since you don't have that being on that spirit, a lot of times you, for infiltration purposes, you try to sound like us, say things that may appeal to us. And really at the end of the day, we do not fall for person pussy, all righty, or, sweet nothings whispered in our ear. So, I unapologetically tell the truth. It is stern, it don't change, and it don't pass away. I don't mean harm. However, a lot of times people have that soul full of heat, like a little Scrappy song. And, it's just like, hey, we're telling the truth. Recognize you love a lie and go study. All righty. So with that being said, I trust on this 28th when it's sunrise, right? And we're going to have this new moon coming into, transiting into Cancer, guys, right? Like I said, I got a text, just now. So shout out to the Moors out there near the Caliph State Republic, right? So shout out to Caliph Society. You know, Islam, or can you send me the UCC code? I know they meant United States code on a definition for person. It's Title 1 USC 1, right? Title 1 United States Code 1, where you guys can see a person, an infant, an individual, a resident, a defendant. All that is federal agency, right? So at the end of the day, a lot of times people, you know, like when people find out that you get to see and how to control federal agency or whatever, you'll actually realize that the only people that can be adjudicated upon are those that are federal agents in truth, even though, you know, these situations, as far as these venues, these people are criminal because they have not read their job description. They do not know the codes of federal regulations that they're under. They do not comprehend the United States code. So not only did I type Title 1 United States Code 1, I'm also going to put here Title 42, right? United States Code 300, right? F12. That's what I'm going to put there also. And then for you guys that's out there on your Indian tribe stuff, you know, I mean, hey, if you want to do Indian tribe stuff, just recognize that you're a federal agent that sold out the people here because of a collective bargaining agreement, right? So you're doing your collective bargaining agreement, your CBA, right? You know your CBA. Everybody knows you're fucking gay. Because what you did, you just sat there, and I'm not talking gay happy. I'm talking about you just did some unnatural shit that really is out of harmony with nature. Alrighty, and you really need to recognize that Title 25. That's another thing I'm going to put there. Let's do Title 25 for you feather wearing fucks out there. Pardon me respectfully, but I know you want to put on. Oh, I want to put a headdress of feathers on. Okay, you know you look like a federal agent, right? So if you don't know that, you think Brother Hassan's just being mean, and all you people go, ooh, those 7HealStar people, we should sue them because no, we're telling the truth. And I guarantee you go and research and try to prove wrong what I'm saying right now. You'll be like, holy shit, I'm a sellout. And I'm not saying that Brother Hassan or anyone associated with 7HealStar, Brother Terrell Tamari Bay, Brother Corey Bay, Brother Sean Ali now, Brother Benjamin Bay, Brother Gerald Jackson Bay. We are not sellouts. We are sellouts not. Okay, let's how many ways can I say that we are sincere. However, what you may recognize when you go to challenge what I'm actually saying right here, Title 25, United States Code 5304, Sections E and Section L. So Part E and Part L. So let me type here also in this text, Title 25, United States Code 5304, Parts E and L. And then you guys go and check that out. And then you go, I bet you'll stop that Indian tribing shit. And then, anybody else that's watching and listening, you see any Moors out there that's continuing willfully to be on their Indian tribe stuff, you might be supporting a sellout. Because what they're doing is they're catering to the Negro, black, coloreds, and that, ooh, you must got Indian in your family because your hair good. Shut up. You sound like idiots. And again, we showed you what idiot is at the beginning of this presentation. Stop being upset. Stop wanting to fight people that's telling you the truth. Stop it. A lot of you are Moorish Americans, yes. A lot of you have learned what it is that you need, yes. All righty, you guys known that. However, you guys may need improvement. And I get it. The improvement doesn't come with a set of titties ready to suck you off. We apologize. Our moms made us handsome heterosexual males. So if you're going to listen or you're going to go die, if that's the case, what color noose would you like to be hung in for treason? Pick your favorite color to be hung in. Because that's the penalties of treason, death by hanging. So why don't you just go hang yourself along with your feathers? I bet you won't fly. Anybody want to correct me for the record? And I mean anybody, including our beloved brother. I won't really say who it is unless he wants to speak up, that's chilling in the quote unquote green room with us. Going once, going twice. And that is good right there, So let's move on forward, right, guys? Because I'm going to get after this sunrise, guys. And Moon is there in the 12th in Gemini around the actor's degree, right? People acting, right? On that actor's degree, part of fortune and Luna is there. However, between part of fortune, Luna, and soul is that fascination and denial, which seems to be conjunct the sun. Goodness gracious, and the ascendant. So guys, do you have some fascination and denial on your fortune in life and the things you're supposed to be doing when you ascend to what it is that you need to do? Because if so, guys, you may just need to allow yourself to really communicate the things that are necessary so that, you know, you're not either a actor or, you know, who you report bad acting to? The Attorney General. So those people that are out there that are doing their bad acting, you know what I mean? Those federal agents acting poorly, you know, the Attorney General is who you know, report bad acting to. You know what I mean? And you think I'm, remember, believe nothing that we say here at 7HealStar. You know, go and challenge it. Upon challenging it, I guarantee you're going to prove something right. And when you prove it right, you know, teach your loved ones. And you think we missed something, share it with us, because we're adept students. All righty, period. We're students for life. I'm always learning. I love to continue to learn. However, remember, our foundation is in truth after love, because these principles are inherent. So after love comes truth. After truth comes peace. After peace comes freedom. And regardless whether we're doing this properly in higher self or lower self, justice must take its course, especially when we violate the principles that we are. And with that, I'm going to yield the floor. And that just speaks to self-discipline on this sunrise here. Subconscious and self-discipline, right? And why did I bring up self-conscious and self? Because it's just like, maybe you just need to see that, hey, what's going on inside of you and outside of you must be on point, right? On point. All right, so I yield the floor. I had this new moon right after coming off of this void of course that Brother Sean had so beautifully delineated. It seems like it's quite a bit of a void of course here. It looks like there was an hour and 22 minutes that I'm going to add on to this 7 hours and 53 minutes. So that's 8:53 plus 22 more minutes would leave 7 off of the 22. So it looks like it's about a 9 hour. Correct me if I'm wrong, guys. Is it a 9 hour and 15 minute void of course? That's what I'm looking at. So 22, 38. So you have 23, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9 hours and 15 minute void of course. I'm open for correction from my beloved brothers in whom I'm pleased going once. 9 hour and 15 minute void of course. Going twice for correction if I'm off for 9 hours and 15 minutes. You guys already know I love doing math off the top of my head. I like challenging calculators to a duel. Let's see if a calculator can calculate faster than me. I doubt it. Calculator is not faster than the human mind, because the human has to think press those buttons. All right. So 9 times out of 10, we can find different techniques mathematically to do it within our own heads. That's not hard. Why? Because we're the mothers and fathers pertaining to civilization. All righty. And the hub of the planet, the hub for the entire planet, the universal apprentice hall being, quote unquote, the said White House, which is our universal apprentice hall. All right. Not Prince Hall, because we're universal apprentices, right? And we're about perpetual freedom for the universe. All righty. And this has nothing to do with some fudge packing lodge membership. All righty. So that's not going on here. All righty. So what this is here is brothers who sincerely are sharing the information. All righty. And making sure you guys have what you need. So after 9 hours and 15 minutes on that void of course that Brother Sean so sweetly delineated, lastly, as far as that quartile aspect between Luna and Neptune, 9 hours and 15 minutes later, look, that's Cancer, right? In another way, 9 and 6, 1, 5 is 6, right? 6, 9 Cancer. Look at that. As Luna ingresses Cancer there at 0753 minutes, all righty. That's 7:53 a.m. Just a couple of hours after sunrise. And we will see there what we have here. Look where Luna is ingressing Cancer. It is amazing how she's standing guard at the 12th house, just coming out of the 12th house, right? As she's moving towards culminating the midheaven. They're in the 11th. So when it comes to home, we are really allowing ourselves to secure our collective values. The 11th house is the collective values. Why? Because collectively, the 10th house is your standing amongst your peers. All right. So the 10th house, most people call status. So what's the values to your status? Well, the second house to your status is the 11th house. So we're allowing ourselves to secure our subconscious mind and our status by allowing ourselves to really be able to communicate confidently the values and the beauty pertaining to being a people and not a fucking person. Let's be clear on that. All righty. I yield the floor for the solar Jupiterian quartile here. All right, it's happening. Looky, Astro Cookie. There's not another aspect for over 13 hours later. 13 hours and 6 minutes later, after a 9 hour and 15 minute void of course where Luna thus ingresses Cancer, we finally have Sol and Jupiter at a square themselves. So the heart and your thighs, heart and thighs, right? Because because the sun rules the heart and Jupiter rules the thighs. All right. So what is it with your heart and thighs here? What is it with children and the guru? Right. So when we go here and look at this actual quartile is happening, and sun's in the 6th house there, 7 degrees Cancer, 18 minutes for the 28th June. Right. That's what we got there. So that means that we must have a 7-degree, 18-minute kind of square in Aries there for Jupiter, because that's where Jupiter is currently transiting. This is a 3rd and 6th house situation. 6th is 4th from the 3rd. So what we're doing, guys, we're really making ourselves at home with how we're serving those that we have there in the local community. And we're really able, it's like guys, this might be like a feed the homeless kind of situation here, guys. You may have a fascination and denial of those that you're serving because you think, oh, well, I could never be homeless. And these people, how did they get like that? However, I really feel that if anybody's in a quote unquote, near the Baltimore Corporation, for those of you that remember B. Gaddy, all righty. So, you have this moment in being able to assist in feeding people that may be less fortunate than you. And if it's not actual physical food for sustenance for them to, take for their digestion, 9 times out of 10, you'll be giving people a food for thought. Again, this is 3rd and 6th. 3rd house deals with communication. As you can see, just opposite of it, there's nothing there in publishing. So it may be that we're going to be able to bring some balance to people with either newspaper articles, or things that really allow people to actively share those wounded heels and expand upon the ideals that pertain to their local community, so that they're able to serve the people within their community, even the children and those that may have been orphaned, all righty, or those people that are within institutions that seem that they're in those institutions because maybe they were abandoned. So guys, make sure with this energy you reach one, teach one, and you feed those that are hungry. All right, I yield the floor on that. My next testimony, I have another quartile here. first it's the sun squaring, and now it's Luna squaring, because not only is Luna ingressing Cancer, but there's going to be a new moon here too. So right after these squares, Sol is squaring Jupiter, then Luna squares Jupiter, and then after that, guess what? Luna meets on up with Sol, and we have this new moon. Very interesting though, as Luna is actually coming up on this quartile of Jupiter, it cannot be seen. 1, because it's close to the sun. 2, it's underground. So this is a nocturnal quartile between Luna and Jupiter, right? And then Jupiter's there in the 2nd house. Luna, of course, is enjoying herself there in the 5th. So I got a feeling, guys, again, this is 4 houses away. All righty, 2 and 5, because 5th house is 4th to the 2nd. So when it comes to the values, the family jewels, which is 2nd house, most people call the 2nd house in certain forms of astrology the gates pertaining to hell. However, Allah never created a heaven or hell. That's only man that creates their own heaven and hells. So your imagination of a God or an Allah, of some entity outside of yourself having a heaven or hell, remember, that is a projection from your own mind that you would like to hold other people to as if it's reality. And it's not. And this is why we, again, only deal with our Moorish Moabite zodiac science pertaining to the zodiac, the 12 signs pertaining to the zodiac geometry and the numbers 0 through 9. Can you count? If you count at 7HealStar out, I guarantee you can't count. So with this here, we're seeing Mars is actually ruling over still Jupiter. All right, while in the 2nd house, right? Mars is kind of accidental debility, as they would say, because the 2nd house is likened being into Taurus. However, with that being said, what you have with Mars actually ruling over the wounded healing and how we're going to expand, we're really taking our subconscious mind and being very creative in what we're bringing to our hearts. I think, guys, what you'll probably actually find yourself is, say that you're low on food. So let's say somebody's there, they're low on food. What you guys are going to really find that you're going to be able to turn water into wine. You're going to be able to maybe take a little bit of grain or whatever and turn it into a smorgasbord, for you and your loved one. So, if you're the type person that's used to having already made meals and things of that nature, this is the kind of idea. And I know, guys, I know it's taking place at about 2200 hours, 43 minutes and 47 seconds there. All right. What you'll be able to do here is, you like tortillas? Well, guess what? You're going to make them. You're not going to go and get a bag of tortillas with this type of situation. You're going to be able to take that wounded healing and that fascination and denial there in the 5th and 2nd houses and be able to find the values creatively in making your own meals from scratch. That's how I really look at this Luna Jupiterian quartile. You want to eat, you want to soothe the stomach. Well, you'll be able to expand those things by getting over the obstacle of being spoiled and having food a certain way. You'll be able to sit there and look at things that you've always had around you and make your own meals. And you'll actually realize that you can make more in your own kitchen than what you have previously ordered from other beings outside of your own home and loved ones. And with that, I yield the floor. And it's just about, 6 to 8, that's 8 minutes later, 6 plus 2, yeah, roughly about 8 minutes later. All righty. The 28th of June, 2022, all right? And we still had a Mars day here, right? And we have the solar, right? We have the solar lunar conjunction, right? And this solar lunar conjunction, as you can see, we already knew it was going to take place in the 5th house, guys. So, guys, we're letting you know right here and right now, even though we see just very close when it comes to the fascination and denial, very close to the sun and the moon, we're actually maybe outshining fascination and denial, because right now Lilith and the moon are in council with the king, so to speak. They're in council with the king. So the subconscious mind and our fascination and denial are having a meeting in the heart, right? And where can you meet a law? Yet in the heart. What is a law? A law is all balanced law pertaining to the zodiac, according to my studies thus far, because Muhammad is actually the earth going around the sun, doing the 12 different positions of pertaining to the earth around the sun throughout your moon cycling. All righty. So all of you guys that like to make salat 5 times a day and just keep speaking Arabic, I'm not speaking negatively. I'm just making sure that you're clear that your star and crescent flag that you have there deals with astrology and cosmology. That's not shirk. That's not haram. All righty. So stop it. You're an idiot, respectfully. Assalamu alaikum. So with that being said, we have this actually happening in Cancer, right? So that when it comes to the subconscious mind and the heart, when it comes to mother and son, and really allowing ourselves to secure ourselves and really bring things together within the subconscious mind, and really just even that old time security and things that are in the home, we're able to be creative, spend time with the children. I know what, but it's 10:52 at night. Okay, guys, you know what this means then? Hey, if the child wants to watch their favorite anime, for example, watch it with them. You'll learn so much about your child in that moment. Oh, you'll learn so much. You'll actually get and see why there are certain behaviors that the child expresses if you just sit there and take your time to really observe the things that your children are enjoying. So, maybe you need to take that time to just, hey, show me that cartoon you like. Let's see what's goody. And then what you'll be doing in that moment is developing that which seemed like to be a fascination and denial, and you'll actually rid yourself of that by allowing yourself to not be the type of progenitors. We won't say parent, progenitors, right? Male and female progenitors, namely termed mother and father, right? Allow you guys selves to deny your own, right? You're going to do some fascination and denial. Will be fascinated by the children by denying your own quote unquote maturity, so that you can be able to reach into your own inner child and be able to relate to your actual posterity that you have brought forth. With that, I yield the floor. And last, I have a Venusian Jupiterian sextile right here, right? Before Brother Terrell goes in on his one and only testimony, right? Which I'll take the controls after that for you, Brother Terrell. So I have a Venusian, right? Dude, both the benefics. I mean, where is the sun? Okay, so obviously, right? Venus is doing good because she's on the nighttime team. Jupiter's on the daytime team, right? However, this is a nocturnal aspect that's happening here. The Venusian Jupiterian sextile, guys. And if you look at where it is actually taking place, we already know Jupiter's there in a fire sign, Aries. Venus is in the air sign, right? And Jupiter does much better. I mean, Jupiter doesn't do bad in fire, all righty? So Jupiter's trying a fire sign that it rules, which is Sagittarius. And it's second to the water sign that it rules, which is Pisces. Venus does much better in the sign that's next. I mean, the sign it just came from, right? So Venus is better in Taurus. However, she's there transiting Gemini. It's not until 10 degrees later, though, which is, I think, 10 degrees later, which is 17 degrees Gemini, is like another degree pertaining to homicide. So, Venus at that degree, is like, are you killing off the values, killing off the family values, killing off the family jewel. So, it just lets me know that even with that being brought to my mind, guys, allow yourselves to really value the things that you can expand, right? However, that happened in the third house. We got first and third house situations happening here, right? So not only is Venus in Gemini, it's also in the third house. So Venus is really allowing you guys to really relate the beauty that can be communicated, even if it's through some form of publishing, because that's what will be reflectionary there in the ninth house that will be expressed. However, allow yourselves around your brothers in your local community or whatever, or even dealing with early childhood development. Find the beauty in the early childhood development where you can expand yourself. Right? Go back into some things that was there for yourself that you saw that helped you as a child. Share those things with, when you were a youth, right? Because, even child, depending on which, United States codes you're looking at, can be quote unquote used against you. However, we already know you set the tone pertaining to the jurisdiction being in one's own proper person. So even then, child wouldn't really matter, provided you assert yourself in one's own proper person. However, let's continue and just speaking here, guys. We're allowing ourselves to expand ourselves in a way where we'll be able to bring the beauty and the harmony and relating to others and communicating that so that we can allow ourselves to be able to learn from the youth, our inner youth, our past youth, and the youth that we have assisted mother to bring to the planet also. On that, I want to yield the floor to my beloved brother, in whom I am well pleased, Brother Terrell Tamari Bey, Islam.
Eddie, Islam. All right, so, excuse me. This is the 29th of June. Right, this is Wednesday. Sun is at 7 degrees, Cancer, 39 minutes. Right, so again, just really being inventive and taking heed of the seeds that you've just planted and the things that you've just released, and start a new cycle, so to speak, planting new seeds, fruitful seeds, so to speak.
Wow.
It's So yeah, my only aspect for this day is Moon sextile Uranus, right? So Moon's still in Cancer, of course. Uranus has been in Taurus for some time, right? So again, Moon being in Cancer and Uranus being in Taurus is just a good time to really connect to nature, so to speak. Possibly learning some gardening tips, so to speak. Really just being more, again, connected to nature. That's really what's happening. It's a spark to really be connecting to the things that brought you here and honoring what that is and what it's not. You know what I mean? Seeing the difference between, artificiality and, nature specifically, right? Really getting, like I said, connected to what brought you here, which would be, the womb, mother specifically. So, it could be, going back a blast to the past to, your ancestors and whatnot, connecting to certain creative abilities that may have been, through your bloodline, connecting to those sort of roots and being inspired by it. But again, with Uranus being in Taurus, this is just that inventive time, connecting to your abilities that you have, and inventing or creating with, what can help the collective at large, so to speak, right? So, just be open to, things that seem unusual, so to speak. Astrology specifically, because Uranus, would be astrology or the occult, scientific studies, right? The higher octave of Mercury, right? Mercury would be, the student, and then you could say that Uranus is the guru, whatever, just conceptually speaking. So, just finding that opportunity to really, because sextile, 60 degrees sextile opportunity to really grow and connect with what you naturally can do, so to speak. And it may be uncomfortable, but it may be something you have to yield to, because we all have a purpose. So get comfortable with what you're uncomfortable with. With that, I yield. Islam.
Yes. I think so. That was your sextile.
Yeah.
Man,
Yeah.
I appreciate you, man. You already know, short and sweet to the point, guys. You know, I gotta. That's why we went in so early. That's why we say, guys, this is a short one, because I have a mirror session that I'm looking forward to and conducting, guys. So what we're going to do? Let me stop the screen share here. Actually, let me go and stop the screen share, guys, so that we can lovingly yield the floor. And it looks like I have to bring myself and Brother Terrell Tamari Bay back. So let me actually go over here. Give me one moment, guys. Give me one momento, right? And let us go and make host here. And yes. So what I'm going to do, guys, is remove all the spotlights, bring us all back, actually. So give me one moment in doing so. Here is Major Pain like Damon Wayne. Anyway, spotlight there for everyone. Find Brother Terrell again and hit the spotlight. And then find my beloved brother, whom I'm well pleased also, Brother Sean. And then we'll bring in this last one here, right? And add the spotlight. All righty, guys. So with that being said, guys, we'd like to all thank you very, very, very much for joining us, right? And to our beloved brother, special guest that's kicking. We're going to keep him, just keep it respectful unless he wants to be known that he's here. But bro, you already know, when I end this joint, just come back in on the link, man, so we can do our thing. So with that being said, guys, any other questions, comments, and or suggestions for us? Going once. Going twice. You guys already know what we're about to say before I hit this end button, right? We're going to say be yourselves and donate, right? All right. So, and the first thing you can donate to, before even thinking that pertains to our cash apps, even though we are purporting to that also. However, guys, make sure that when you do the best thing you can gift to yourself is to look in the mirror and go, you know what? I don't know the stuff that I need to know. So let me go to where these brothers say go. Let's go to rvbaypublications.com. That's elementary school. If you can't find a honorable temple, like, let's see, it was an honorable temple, subordinate temple number 5, who was the Grand Sheik there is Brother Cujo Adwo L. That's when I can, because I actually am in contact with Brother Cujo, and if I'm not mistaken, other Moors have said a Grand Sheik Nature near Asbury Park Corporation near New Jerusalem, Absegami was called New Jersey State Republic. Other than that, I'm not really too sure of any other honorable. I mean, all temples are perfect because the prophet is perfect. However, when there's maladministration within said temples, and that lets you know that the first temple that the maladministration is happening is within the sentient being that thinks that they're running the Moorish movement. All righty. So, and guys, that's why we're going to always utilize our free national press being the strongest weapon in our hand, as also it's a convertible shovel in which we utilize to shovel ourselves from up under the avalanche of lies heaped upon us annually, if not daily. All righty. So with that being said, no more questions, comments, and or suggestions from my beloved and magnificent brothers in whom I'm well pleased. This is where I'm going to say Islam, Islam, Islam to you all. Peace and love.